Hey Ottawa, welcome back to another monthly market update where first we take a look at the numbers of this year versus last year at the same time, so May of 2023 versus May of 2022. Then we're going to look at the month-by-month trends, what we're seeing in all aspects of the market, and more importantly, what we're predicting the market to do in the future. And for the first time in a long time, we're going to see not a drastic change in the year-over-year numbers. So let's take a look. So the average price of a home in May of 2023 was $635,000 here in the city of Ottawa. That's down 6% from the same time last year. The sold to list price ratio was 99.25%. That's down 6.5% from the same time last year. The unit sold was 2,368. That's actually up 3% from May of 2022. And the days on market was 26.3 days, which is up 105% over May of 2022. Next, let's take a look at the inventory. This is the number that I've been following closely over the last couple of months because we've seen so many few listings. So here's how the inventory compares to the same time last year. So the total inventory is actually up 35% from May of last year at 2,892 units for sale at the end of May. The months of inventory is at 1.3 months, meaning at this rate, if we didn't see any more homes sell, we'd be out of inventory in 1.3 months. And the new listings was actually down 9%. We saw 2,822 new listings. The new listings has been significantly down month over month since the beginning of the year. So as you guys know, when we take a look at the year-over-year numbers, it doesn't really tell us what's actually going on in the market. So let's back that up and go through all these stats month over month and take a look at what's really going on. So the average price of a home right now is $635,000. And while it's down about $40,000 from the same time last year, it's only down $2,000 from the month before and up $75,000 from the bottom in December. Now let's back that up and take a look at the average home price over the last 6 years, starting with January of 2018. So the average price of a home in January of 2018 was $358,000. That's a 77.3% return for anyone who bought a home then. What you'll also notice by looking at this graph is that we do have quite a few market swings where the prices come up, come down a little bit, and then come back up. My prediction for the next couple of months is that we have hit a peak of this year and we're going to start to see prices come down, which I'm going to explain over the next couple of slides. Next, let's take a look at the average days on market, which we've seen increase significantly over the last 12 months, but decrease significantly month over month. So while the average home in May of 2022 was selling in 12.8 days, this is when a lot of homes were underpriced for bidding wars and they were selling very quickly. You saw that in January, the average home was taking about 47.6 days to sell, whereas today, it's only about 26.3 days. Now this is also a market where most homes are being priced appropriately and selling that quickly, making it more of a balanced market. And we're going to see a similar trend when we take a look at the sold to ask ratio. Sold to ask ratio, we see the average home was selling for 106% in May of last year due to the bidding wars. The average home is actually selling for 99.25% today. That goes to show exactly what I just said, that a lot of homes are being priced appropriately and selling for full asking or very close within the first couple of weeks. Next, we're going to take a look at my favorite numbers, and that is the amount of homes sold month over month for the last 5 years. When taking a look at the units sold, you can see the black line, which represents 2023. You can see in the beginning of the year, the first few months, we were selling significantly less homes than we have seen other years. In April, we passed the 2020 numbers because that was the middle of the pandemic. But in May, we've actually passed the 2022 numbers. Now that is where the market started to drop off last year, and a lot less homes started selling because of the interest rate increases. So we are still selling significantly less homes than we were in 2019 and 2021. We have seen the home sales pick up significantly. Now when looking at that graph, you might ask the question, why would I make a prediction that the home prices are about to go down when the home sales are actually going up? And I'm going to illustrate that. It does have a little bit to do with the fact that we just saw the Bank of Canada increase the rates again, but it has more to do with the fact that we saw so few listings. And while the sale numbers were going up, we had so few listings that the inventory was such a shortage that we saw bidding wars again. But where we are seeing the amount of sales stabilize, we're seeing the amount of new listings coming up. All right, so again, the light blue line here is going to represent 2023. And you can see that we are selling significantly less homes week by week since the beginning of the year. Only the last couple of weeks did we surpass the 2022 numbers, where the sales really started to drop off because of the interest rate hikes. All of this is aside from 2020 because that was the middle of the pandemic when we saw sales really start to drop off. But the reason that I'm saying I'm expecting to see the market soften over the next couple of months, because new listings is increasing, but sales is starting to steadily drop just like it does every year around this time. All right guys, I'm going to end this one with a disclaimer just like I have the last couple of videos. That's because we take a look at the overall market trends, the amount of new listings by week, the amount of solds, and the average home price across the whole city. But because we've seen so few listings come to market this year, there are major segments in the city, pockets in different neighborhoods and different types of homes that there aren't any homes available right now. So any of those homes that come to market are still going to get massive demand and probably a sale price way above and beyond anything that we've seen recently. However, as more and more homes come to market, as more and more sellers see the prices going up and see that this is their opportunity to get top dollar, we see inventory increase, we see supply increase, and buyers' choices increase. So buyers right now won't be fighting over the same townhomes or the same single homes where there's a lot going on. So if you're watching this and you're wondering how does this affect your specific property, and you want to send me a message about the area you live in, the type of home that you have, I'll help answer your question of how much your home is worth today and if I see the market going up or down in your specific area. Like always, thanks for watching guys. I hope you found this helpful and I'll see you next month.